People's Club. Come on in, where blue runs deep.
What's happening, Blues? Welcome back to the People's Club. I'm going to level with you today. I mean, usually we can come on here, we try and find a silver lining, we have a bit of a laugh, and we can unconditionally back the boys. But if I sat here and told you that yesterday's 1-0 defeat to Tottenham was anything other than a complete embarrassment, I'd be lying to you. Spurs stayed up. They secured 17th place. Zerbi was running around the pitch like he just won the World Cup, and honestly, fair play to them. They were fighting for their Premier League survival, and they played like it and they wanted it. Us, on the other hand, we played like we already had our flip-flops on, and our boarding passes printed for Ibiza. It was lifeless, toothless, absolute ghost of a performance. Spurs were desperate, and we just rolled over them, let them tickle our bellies. I think I mean, it's unacceptable for an Everton team to show up on the final day with that lack of intensity. But anyway, let's break down on 90 minutes. We were forced to endure. So we can see that right before the half, I think it was absolute comedy, wasn't it, really? Palhinha gets his head on the ball, hits the post. Our defenders are just standing round. Gets the rebound, scrambles in his rebound. Nobody really reacts, and nobody taking charge. That was basically a poor goal to concede. And then we offered absolutely nothing, zero agency. I mean, Pickford almost handed them a second goal when he nearly shoved Jed Spencer's shot into his own net. I mean, again, that was probably the most exciting thing that happened. In the dying seconds of the half, but then it took to what? I think it was the 98th minute. The 98th minute for us to even register a pulse. Tyreek George comes off the bench and forces Kinski into a great save. But I mean, why are we waiting until stoppage time to try and win a football game? It was too little, too late, and we made a terrible Spurs side look comfortable, to be honest. It was poor. So we finished 13th. A month and a half ago, we were talking about European football. We were dreaming about bringing European nights to the Hill Dickinson Stadium next season. And what an absolute joke that looks like now. We took, was it 2 points, I think, from our final 18 available? 2 points. I mean, when the pressure ramped up, when the opportunity to do something special presented itself, the squad completely folded. It's the ultimate Everton gallows humour, isn't it? The second we dare to have hope, the team forgets how to pass a football. We can't keep doing this. We can't keep accepting a mid-table finish good enough just because we aren't in the relegation scrap like the likes of West Ham. The drop-off in effort over these last 6 games is alarming. And if the management doesn't address this mentality in the summer, we're going to be stuck in the exact same miserable loop come the end of next season. There was only one person who travelled down to London yesterday who could hold his head high, and he didn't even play the full match. Seamus Coleman. He's officially retired now. 17 years at this football club. I mean, the man was a 60 grand from Sligo Rovers, wasn't he? And he was the one that was giving us our blood, sweat, tears for nearly 2 decades. He was the ultimate professional, the ultimate captain, and everything that yesterday's performance was not. He deserved a better send-off than watching his teammates sleepwalk through a final day defeat. But his legacy is untouchable. Seamus, from everyone here at the People's Club, thank you for everything. You are an absolute legend. We're going to miss you terribly, mate. Good luck in the future. Well, basically wraps up the match reactions for the 25-26 season, Blues. Frankly, I'm glad it's over so we can stop watching whatever it was the last few months. But the work doesn't stop, does it? The summer transfer window is critical. You know, we need a massive clear out of dead wood, I think. Serious injection of quality in the side. You know, and, you know, here over here we'll be covering every rumour, every signing, and every bit of news right here on the channel. So hit that subscribe button if you want honest Everton content. Drop a like. Get into the comments, vent your frustrations about the Spurs game. Let me know what needs to change this summer, and you know, leave your tribute to Seamus. Have a great week, Blues. Enjoy the week from the misery, and I'll see you in the summer. Up the toffees.